I'm still listening to Andrew. Oh my God.
I made coffee and then ran outside. So now I'm drinking Coke.
He's one of my faves. I'm watching him on my
I'm not going
computer.
back into that rain. Well, until I have to go back out.
Hey, Korrie, Jade, what's up? Andrew's still streaming.
Party,
I'm watching him on my
party
computer, if you can
popper.
hear him in the background. He cracks me up.
But
Am I really? Are you for real? God.
that's so funny. Because we talk
Let's
back
see.
and forth telling each other
Let
how
me
we
mute him.
how
Is it really psychedelic again? Just like the I don't know why it's doing that. Oh man. It stopped. Okay. Because really, I mean, I did like I was starting to stream hey, hey Jamie. I was starting to stream though I don't know when it was. I think Friday or something, and my husband like came in and interrupted me, so I just put the phone down. He was like, "Rub my shoulder" and all this stuff. And but the last real stream I did, I mean, it was like psychedelic like almost the whole time. So I don't know. And then my account got hacked, which was horrible. They deleted all my videos, but my cousin located the IP address and you know took care of that for me. So yeah, if I start to go crazy, let me know. Or if somebody wants to set up a Google Hangout and send me an invite, like if it's unwatchable, like if it's just going crazy. Yeah, I mean, we know who it is. It's not somebody that like I personally know, but I mean, we know. I mean, there's an IP address assigned to each computer, and then there are ways to find out where that IP. It's somewhere in Virginia. Whoever did it, but we got I don't want to say too much, but I don't think he'll do anything for a while until he buys a new computer. Because my cousin's like a computer programmer, so he got up into my stuff. Whoever it was didn't know that about me. And I have a cousin who, knows everything about all that junk. I don't. I have a degree in fine art, so like even math is kind of like a language I can't speak. Let's see. Hey Adam, what's up? Hey Rain. Hey Patrick. Patrick's my buddy. Oh Lord, look at this. Look. Why? I like you. And she likes to sit by me and just stare at me. She's a good girl. Yeah, I mean, I can do a little with computers. Like now, if it's Design CAD, I'm proficient in Design CAD. I mean, I can draw up the kitchen or, design like shelves for a closet, something like that. But I mean, because I learned it in school, I use it. But otherwise, like, I can put my computer in safe mode and find viruses usually because when I was in school, that's all it was. It was DOS. It was like black and green screens. I'm not going crazy and psychedelic again, am I? Oh, Lord. Oh, you did. You have a diploma in fine arts? That's cool. Yeah, I went to the University of New Orleans and I have like a 4-year degree in it. Like here, in England, like my sister's kids, they grew up in Cyprus, but like at 16, they take some kind of aptitude test, and they either go to prep school or they go to a trade school. And both her kids went to prep school, and they're going to university in England. But like my niece, she's got a law degree, and she only went to college for like 2 years or something. Yeah. Korrie said it happened right at first. That's all. See, and I just got finished meditating. I don't know if that does something to my electronics. I don't know. I don't know. I talk a lot about what I think it is, but just remember, it's just what I think. No, but nobody knows for sure. What all this is. So there are some things I think I know for sure, like for me, but I think it's good to brainstorm. I think it's good for everybody to say, their experiences. I think that, nearly any idea is possible. There are certain things I can't accept. Like, you know, I just can't accept I mean, I think there are interdimensional beings, but there's certain things I just can't accept. But synchronicity. So, what synchronicities are keeping you up? Synchronicities and vodka. That should be like the name of a sitcom. Rain. I can't drink hard liquor at all. I can't hang. I used to, when I was 18, the day I turned 18, I'll never forget, my mom came home with a cake and I had all my stuff packed up. Like I had saved my money. I've been working since I was 16. I saved my money. I bought a car. I packed up my car and I was leaving. I told them, I was like, I'm sorry. I love you guys, but I'm 18 now and I'm leaving. So, yeah, I mean, and I went to bartending school in New Orleans when I was 18. You could still drink and bartend back then. That's how old I am. Somebody said one martini and I'd be good to go. I like my martinis. I used to drink up like vodka martinis dirty. I like them. But yeah, I left home and went to bartending school. I did that course for like 3 months, and I was a bartender in the French Quarter in New Orleans for until I was 25. That's when I had my first daughter. Dirty baby, I like that olive juice in there. It's good. But that's how I put myself through school. I did win a scholarship. I was valedictorian in my high school. So I won a scholarship. It was a Louisiana State scholarship, and you got it. They had this thing on TV, and it was called Best of the Class. And I think I still have my Best of the Class VHS tape somewhere. They made you go to the zoo and stand there, and you had to say, like, what school you were from. So if you're a valedictorian, like, of a local high school, they put you on TV, and they would run it, like, in between ads. But it was kind of embarrassing. And so a couple times people were like, "Oh my God, I remember that," but it's ridiculous. I don't know if anybody else remembers that. Like they're my age. I think they did it nationwide. Adam says, "I bought a book about Nostradamus. It speaks of rare birds saying now." Ooh. Okay, Korrie. See you in a minute. You're so hungry, poor baby. What's macron? Oh, that's weird. I went in a chat and Kathy Mila was saying now, now, now. What French guy? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't watch television. Love you guys. People would be like, "Did you know Syria got bombed?" I mean, they were telling me. I was like, "It did." That's terrible. Because really, I mean, I just don't watch any of it. I just can't watch it. Because if I start watching the news, all I'm going to do is get out like a numerology calculator and try to look for like license plates and see what it equals. Or I'm going to look for like orange in the background or I mean that's part of like I think why I was open to seeing a lot of the changes. I was just like one of those people who just before I really realized what this was, I was one of those people who just thought that everything on television was bullshit. Like I raised my children without television. I allowed them. I would like tape Sesame Street and I would edit out like the parts I didn't like, and I would allow them to watch like Sesame Street tapes. But we lived in the country. Like as soon as I had my kids, my parents gave me like 6 acres of land in Poplarville, Mississippi, to stay on part of their land, and we lived like in a trailer, like out in the woods. And I mean, we had a country antenna. We didn't have cable. I never put it in. Hmm. My voice sounds deeper today. Oh Lord. Poppy, she shifted on her stream. What happened? And was she in Andrew's stream? Because it seemed like people were talking to her, but I couldn't see her. Like, I couldn't see her chat. I don't know if she was in there or maybe people were just talking about it. So, what happened when she shifted? What did it look like? I watched some of her stream, but I had to stop and put together dinner for my husband because he works overnight. He leaves early on Sundays. And then my daughter was working, so I was like making a pan for like of chicken and potatoes for him. Then I made a set up a pan for my daughter for to put in the oven later. And then of course my pan was just potatoes because I don't eat meat. Her face looked totally different, and it seems she got a blemish on her forehead out of nowhere. I'm telling you, like sometimes I think Korrie Jade was saying something one time like it's an onion, like it's just layers. And I really think that because to me that explains flip flops. Like I remember there was this one song, do you remember that movie Mannequin? Um, and they had that song, I think it's like Jefferson Starship, or I can't remember the name of the band. But my husband was like, "Look, it's changed. Like the lyrics have changed." And I was sitting there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the band was that did like the main song for that movie. Well, yeah, Nostradamus. He looked in like he used scrying mirrors and stuff like that to see the future. So yeah, like Jefferson Starship or something. And the song was changing, and there was a lyric that changed in it, and he could hear it the new way, and I couldn't. And then I sat there and really focused on it, and then I could hear it. And then I would sit there and like think about my past and when I first saw that movie when I was younger. Like I imagined myself sitting in my parents' house watching that movie on, we had, I grew up with cable, we had HBO or whatever, and then I could hear it the old way. So, like, to me, like, how is that possible? Or like my best friend, like when this whole Kennedy thing, like when that started to happen, like I saw it, and then about 6 months later, they came out with, or it might have been more 8 months, I don't know, but they came out with, how they released all the Kennedy files and all that stuff. I was trying to tell my friend Frankie about the change in the video. He said, "Martha, I just watched that like 2 days ago." He said, "It's 4 people in the car. I just watched it again." And I said, "Frankie, stay on the phone with me and look it up now." right this second. So he looked it up and he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I'm sorry, but you will never see it the other way again now. And that's the way it works. When you make people see something, it's just so odd. Like I saw it months before he did. So, I mean, how do you explain that? Like, how is that possible? It just, that's the part of it that just really is kind of distressing to me. Yeah, nothing's going to stop us now. It was like that song. Yeah, I think that too. It's just, but it's like I know that he and I are existing on the same. We talk a lot, maybe not Mandela stuff, but we talk about a lot of things like ancient Sumerians and like different ancient texts. And we've been best friends since we were 14. And a mutual friend of ours was her mother was a Buddhist. She practiced like Nichiren Daishonen's Buddhism is called Ganyo was the practice, and she used to have Buddhism meetings at her house. And so when we first met, we also met this girl. We all went to high school together, and she invited us to her house for meetings. And so, I mean, I was into it. I mean, I practiced Ganyo for years until I met my husband. And I mean, I had a Gohansan in my house. I used to have like Buddhism meetings and all, when I first moved out of my house, like when I first moved out of, my parents' house. But I was into it. So I don't know. I mean, we've always like talked about different, um, government conspiracies, or he told me for years that 9/11 is bullshit. And I was like, Frankie, why would they do that? Like I didn't believe it. I believed that for a long time. And then one day I came across something, and the day they broke ground on the building of that place, it was exactly 33 years late. Yeah, 33 years later that it fell. And when you look it up, they try to hide that fact. They'll say, oh, they make it look like it's a couple years off. But if you really search for it, they, the day they really broke ground on it was 33 years from the time it fell. It was like it was built to fall, and I started just having like, especially once I really started to connect with our creator, I mean, I really started to see some stuff. You know, I just I just can really see it. I mean, I see the bullshit. And so I can't watch television. I don't know about any current events hardly. I kind of live this like bohemian lifestyle. I go to work and sell jewelry. I do some jewelry repair too. Um, I'm trying to get into metalsmithing. I'm trying to get my jeweler's bench and all that stuff. But yeah, see, and I'm like, I was raised by baby boomers, and my parents are in their like 80s, and they were just very patriotic people. Um, they always just very indoctrinated, you know, and just the families they were from, just really into this country. And I just didn't believe it. I mean, a lot of my friends joined the army right when that happened, like days after it happened, a few weeks. A lot of them, like, joined the military. So it was I just felt like I couldn't say that it wasn't real, you know? Watching people, and then you watch them come back and they're not the same, you know? I don't know. It was really a rough time. And I mean, I remember my daughter Ashley, she's 17 now, and my husband's sister called me and she was like, "Hey, have you are you watching TV?" And we're like, "Of course not," and she said, "You've got to like turn on the news." And we saw like that second plane hit live, and it just impacted me. I was like, I believed it. I was just like, "What?" I was afraid. I thought it was, like World War III. See, and there are a lot of people that saw it that day, but I just couldn't see it for a long time. I mean, I don't, but the whole 33 thing, I was like, oh, okay, it is bullshit. So yeah, Rain saying she said I saw that bullshit that day, and see my friend Frankie was like that too. He's like, that's bullshit. He said it immediately. And see, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that whole Pentagon thing. I don't know. There's something wrong. And what upsets me about all that is to think that like the passengers on those planes, like were they real? Did they just like take them to a hangar somewhere and murder all of them? What happened to those people? That's what really upsets me. Adam said, I'm beginning to think that unaffected are weak willed and easily controllable. It's just, it's a heavy burden that we bear, you know? It's like a cross. I mean, it's just to know that you know something that other people aren't willing to see. It's hard. It's hard to go out there every day, and I don't know. Like one time, I had this part time job, like for extra money. I was a waiter, and there was a couple there. They had a baby, and they're just sitting there. They had this little adorable baby. I mean, a little baby that could just first sit up and kind of grab at things, and they're on their phones, and they aren't even speaking to each other or looking at the baby. So I passed by the table and I noticed that the baby's starting to rip the paper because it was like white cloths and then we had this paper on top. And, we changed the paper between each customer. So the baby's ripping up at the paper and I could see it was starting to get a chunk and I stopped and I was like, hey, y'all. I was like, your baby's getting that paper. Like, I'm worried she might eat it. They were like, oh, okay, thank you. And they took it away from the baby and, they were attentive for a minute. Then I went and I had to get, drinks for my table or whatever I was doing. Well, then I passed by and the baby was sitting there like it had put paper in its mouth and was choking. And they were back on their phones. They didn't even notice. So luckily, my nephew, well, not luckily, but my nephew was born like, one of my nephews was born like kind of addicted to drugs. And so he was on a heart monitor for a year. So they made us all learn these baby CPR classes. And, I learned it again. Like I had a premature baby. My daughter Ashley was premature. So I took a course again to learn the baby CPR just in case. And so I picked up that baby and I was like, your baby's choking. And they stopped and realized. And, I just scooped up the baby and did the baby Heimlich maneuver and the paper came flying out. But it's like, that's how these people are. I mean, they're just so, it's like the zombie apocalypse is here. you know? They're just so into this technology. They're just so mesmerized. And when you try to tell them the truth, they just get so angry. So angry. I've stopped doing it. I mean, I'll ask a little question, like a baiting question, like especially with old people. If I see they have a smartphone, sometimes I'll be like, "Hey, do you remember the Kennedy assassination? Were you alive?" And if they say yes, I'm gonna be like, "How many people were in the car? I can't remember." And then if they say four, then I'll be like, "Hey, you have data? Look it up on your phone. Can you show me the footage?" And you should see the look on their face. I'll do things like that, but I don't sit there and straight up tell anybody about it. Like the stuff Vanessa VA does, I could never do that. Let's see what y'all been saying. Empire State Building. What's the thing with the Empire State Building? I talked about it on one of my live streams. Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, I remember the Social Security death index thing. What? Looked up JFK Jr. and his wife, none were on it. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, they probably just lined them up and shot them all in the head, the people that were on those planes. Or they could, see, and that's another thing. What if they just all worked for the government? You know, what if they're just part of it? And, you know, these are just like stories and none of it's real. I mean, you just don't know. Let's see. She said, no, they were compensated, in my opinion. Yeah. Went into witness, maybe. Because just like the, what was that one, that the kid that shot up his school, I can't think of the name of it. There's one place, it's up north, and the boy shot up his school. He like murdered his mother and then went to, supposedly, and murdered his mother and then went to school and shot it up. Not Columbine. It was like, it was a bunch of small children that died. Oh, am I tripping again? I'm sorry. I got kind of emotional with that last one. I don't know. Maybe it's my phone. Who knows? Let's see. Sandy Hook. That's what it is. Am I still tripping out? Oh, fuck. Isn't that strange, Patrick? This has been happening. I don't know. See, I don't see anything. It looks normal to me. Damn. I don't know. Maybe it's my, I mean, it's a new phone. It's not like old or anything. That's the thing. I don't know. It's good now? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of meditating today and like I got emotional like talking about some of that stuff because it makes me emotional to think that, you know, people are doing things against their will or they're being murdered or something. I get really upset. But who knows what it really is. It could be an issue with my phone. But yeah, the Sandy Hook thing, all of those people in that town, their houses were all paid for. Like I saw something where this guy like provided documents and I mean I didn't look into it for myself, but they all went Hunter Thompson. Then with your stream. Well, see, you know, I have like a connected family and I spoke about them a few times and I was like showing my birth certificate and stuff and I think that's why I got hacked, but Patrick Roberts. You feel like you're smoking weed? Oh, I haven't done that in so long. I don't even know. I don't even know if I could handle it anymore. I have so many allergies and things. I don't know. I'm trying to watch what I eat and I was having issues with my heart and I started taking like omegas and that seemed to put a stop to it. So I'm like retraining, like re-eating right now. Like I went through a period of where I didn't eat. Like I did a water fast and then I'm slowly adding things to my diet to try to figure out what was causing the reactions. Because I was swelling, um, like my hands hurt, that kind of thing. So that's why I'm drinking aloe vera juice right now and things like that. This is a back country. Yeah, you can always record my stuff. I don't give a shit. Oops, sorry. You can take the girl out the French Quarter. Is it still doing it? I'm sorry, y'all. I did go have a float today, so. I actually went on and bought a membership. So now it's just 30 bucks a float for me. Instead, I think it's like 55 normally. Yeah, but today I was off. I did a lot of meditation. I grounded a lot. I sent out waves of love all day. which is nice. I always like doing that. Is it tripping out? I'm so sorry, y'all. I know, isn't it? And the one I saw on Rains, it looked like my head was actually turning, which is odd. Because, sometimes people's streams will become pixelated for a second. But, like, on the one I saw that she recorded, I mean, it's like my face was turning, which is just really strange. But I don't know. I can't explain it. It looks normal to me. I don't know, guys. Let me know when it stops. So strange. I just can't believe it. Because I thought that was like maybe just a one-time fluke or... I don't know. Because I've been experimenting with like different meditations trying to get it stopped, thank God. But I've been experimenting with different meditations and, different prayer cycles and things like that to see, if it has any effect on my like daily life and my health and, oh, God bless. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow somebody needs to set up a Google Hangout and just invite me. I don't know what's going on with this. See, because I don't see it. It looks normal. I mean, have you ever seen anything like this before? Anybody? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe so. When I was a kid, I was raised to be a healer, by my parents, but so we'll see. That's why I'm buying my land. I'm gonna have a place for people to come live when the shit hits the fan. That's what I believe God like. I think that's my purpose here. Adam says, never seen this before, not twice in a row. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing this. Let's see. It says I can't see chat when I record, wondering if that's how things really are. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it's like an ayahuasca trip. But it's induced by the Lord. Because they say DMT is in everything. It's even in us. And that ayahuasca just induces it. I don't know about all that stuff though. I would never travel to the Amazon and try to do that. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. I wonder if I can sit. It's a glitch in the matrix, maybe so. I'm being for real about it. I mean, that's why we're buying it. You've had less. I think I've probably done about 500 hits of LSD at least in my life. I did a lot when I was young. My brother used to sell it, and he would be like, hey, if you sell 10 hits, I'll give you, X amount. And I'd be like, all right. And I would take it. I'd run out and sell it for him. I was young, though. I was stupid. That's all the love I feel for y'all. Could be. Who knows? That's the thing. When I look at people, and it's been like this. Never tried LSD? Yeah, I think it's something that like it's for a young person, you know. I have a friend who is actually a painter. Yeah, I met him in school and everything, and mushroom, but not LSD. Well, I had a friend who was a painter, and I mean, you should. His name's Nathan Five Ash, and the stuff he paints is, and he sees. I don't know about the Mandela effect. I haven't discussed it with him, but he sees all the bullshit in the world, and he talks about chemtrails and things like that. And his paintings, I mean, they look like they're just like straight up inspired by demons. That stuff is just, yeah, yeah, dripping, vibrating walls. Yeah, no thanks. But yeah, the I think even like Philip Dick, um, when he talked about like how he felt like he lived this life over and over again. The Mandela changes or Adam's trip. Trying to make contact with our creator is my goal. That's what I do. I worked on it a lot today. You know, trying to feel that electricity, trying to feel that connection and energy. It just feels so good. I just want it all the time, all the time. The first time I ever felt it, I was in I was in county jail. I had just been found guilty at trial, and I had been there for maybe 2 months, waiting to be transferred to the state prison. And a woman came in. We're still friends, but she came in and she was a Pentecostal lady, and we made a circle, and held hands, and she started praying, and she was kind of touching people's foreheads and like praying for them and like trying to bring up the energy of God. And she looked straight at me. She walked straight towards me with like this intent, and she put two hands on either side of my head, and I fell out. You can still see it. But I'm telling you guys, I felt an electricity from the bottoms of my feet to through the top of my head, like straight to him. And it was just electric, you know? I had never felt anything like that before. And I've been chasing it ever since. It's like the best drug in the world to me. And when I can get there, man, it's just, whoo, like my whole body's vibrating right now. Like my insides are just like, whoo, because I've been doing it all day. That's my drug of choice, you know. I really think that he just loves us all so much. And that's why we see this. It's like a wake up call, you know. Because I mean, it even says in the Bible that the elect, like he called your name before you existed. So, yeah, I really believe that's what we are. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a wake up call. Just to, and my husband and I were talking about it last night, and he was saying he thinks that he said the past is different. He said, and you think, well, the past is done, you can't change it, but yes, you can. I mean, that's what we're seeing, and it's just the perception of time, isn't it? Just like today, I talked to my mother on the phone because I knew she had like an eye surgery, and I was trying to see if she was okay, and retro causality, yeah. And she said, we're wanting to run a gas line in our house. So I knew she had, after Katrina, like all of our homes got destroyed, and my father bought like a 5 bedroom house up here in Mississippi. My parents came from the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and I came up from Louisiana with my family. We all lived together for about 2 years of hell. So anyway, just because we both lost our homes and we kind of clung to each other during that time. Well, she had a gas stove put in. And so I asked her today on the phone, I said, "Hey, Mom, remember when you had that gas stove put in? How much was it to run the line? Is it expensive? Like, and, can they run it? Can you run it from the hot water heater?" I was asking her about it. And she was like, "I didn't put in a gas stove." She said, "Now your brother did when he bought the house." Because later my brother bought that house after, my husband and I and, our two daughters moved out. Then my parents repaired their house on the coast and left. And my brother ended up living in the house and buying it with his wife and her kids. And he was in the background saying, "Oh yeah, it was $1,800." He said, we had it put in right when we moved in." And I told my husband, he said, "That's bullshit. I was there when the guy ran the line for the gas. I was standing there. You were at work." And he said, "I remember watching the guy do it." He said, "I know she had a gas." I mean, that's just, it's just stuff like that. And so then we were talking about it further, and he was saying, you know, he said, if you think about it, like the angels and the devil, I don't think they can be destroyed. Yeah, I mean, for me, a lot of my Mandela effects are personal just because I don't follow popular culture anymore. I just can't look at it. It really pisses me off when dead people come back to life. That I just can't stand it. I just really can't. I'm like, that's bullshit. But he was like, he said he created these things that are closer to what he is. The angels, Lucifer, especially his first creation. And he was like, that's why when you read about them, they're always bound up somewhere. He said they're never destroyed. He said, there's going to come a reckoning where he's just going to have to do it. He's like holding off. And he said that he thinks the Mandela effect is God changing the past to fool the devil. So I don't know. It's an interesting concept. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. You know, I mean, it's a lot of different things it could be. But I mean, lake of fire for the. Yeah, but he hadn't done it yet. And like when you read in the Old Testament, just like the book of Job, where he's like, it starts off with them walking and talking, doesn't it? God and Lucifer are walking and talking. And Lucifer's like, look at all these terrible creations you made. I mean, I'm just like ad-libbing. And then God's like, well, I've got this one, look at him. He's like, oh, I can get him to turn against you too. Watch this. I mean, we don't know the nature of our creator, really. We don't know what he or it, or I don't think they are like him and her, but we always call him father, don't we? But I just don't think, we're meant to understand that, you know? And it does show you that there's some force out there, there is a creator that made all this happen, that can manipulate time and do whatever he likes. I think he's just giving us a chance here. You know, like Philip K. Dick, like, thought he lived the same life over and over and over again. Maybe we do too. Maybe that's why it feels like other realities, because we just keep doing this over and over and over again. I'm New Testament, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, well, for me, I really like the esoteric teachings of Jesus Christ, like all of the I mean, even Rain's been reading, like, she read the Book of Enoch. I was listening to it, her reading it today while I was fixing up dinner for later. But like, if you read that stuff, I mean, those are the things that they've been desperately trying to hide from us. And just think about like the ancient Sumerians and stuff. They have loads of writings on stone tablets. Did you learn about it in school? I sure didn't. Do they want you to know what's on those tablets? Hell no, they don't. What if we've actually been devolved as a species? What if we were more powerful at one time? You know? What if, they created the pyramids by levitating stones? What if they cut them with their minds? I mean, we don't know. That's the thing. Oh, you resonate more with the New Testament? Yeah. I mean, but, I read it all. I just want to know all of it. You know, any theory I can get my hand on, I just want to see it and explore it and see, like, does that fit? Do I think that that's true? Does she use my own discernment? Yeah, I mean, I just don't know. I mean, because, it just seems like that things shift so much, and I just, maybe we've lived this same life over and over again. Possible, until we get it right, or I don't know, maybe it is a one shot deal. You just can't be sure, can you? My daughters are still awake. I hear them like giggling in their room. So sweet. I was such a hellraiser when I was a kid. I don't understand how I got good kids like this. I just don't get it. I mean, I used to run away constantly. I started doing drugs when I was like 13. I got sent off to boarding school when I was young. I finally like fought so much I got kicked out of there. I was a horrible child to try to raise. Let's see. People always say it's appointed once for a man to die, but is death really death? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, and sometimes like I watch those, I'll see stuff on YouTube where they put like a picture of a celebrity next to like a picture of like somebody in history. I don't know. Like, I mean, are we recycled over and over? Who knows? Let's see. Said, yeah, I did consider a big crunch theory for a bit, time going backwards then forward. It's again one big loop. Yeah, maybe. I'm not smart enough to know. Rain says she was a terrible and her kids were pretty easy, but I think it's because I knew what to look for. Patrick's like, the thought of that, living your life over and over again until you get it right. Yeah, maybe. For a long time, like, yeah, lots of doppelganger. Oh, listen, wherever, okay, if anybody does really come to Mississippi and live with us on our land, you'll see it. Everywhere I go, people are like, do I know you? I know somebody who looks just like you. Or they call me, but they'll come up to me like, the latest one was this guy like at Kroger was like, hey Patricia, how have you been doing? I'm like, that's not my name. He's like, are you sure? Don't you live? And I'm like, I don't. But people always think they know me. Groundhog Day. I know, right? What if it is? It's possible. I don't know. Do we know? But, and when Andrew was talking earlier about the ability to change the mood in the room, that's always happened for me. You probably have a secret sister. Or my family, I mean, they've been in Mississippi since they acquired the plantation land right after the Civil War. It was three brothers fought in the Civil War and they were given land grants. And my mom's maiden name is Gwen, and there's a Gwen, Mississippi, and they founded and settled this area in the Delta called Chula, Mississippi, Tchula. But it was a little cotton town, and I mean, I'm related to all the Gwens and Sharps there. Probably should have said that, but we'll see. You found out you have a secret sister. So did one of your parents have like a yard child? Like, did your dad have yard children that like your mom didn't know about? Or did she give a baby away for adoption? Half sister from your dad? Yeah. That's terrible to keep sisters apart. I know the Mandela effect's keeping me and my sister apart. They divorced and got remarried later. Huh. That's interesting. I had a friend like that. Her parents had these older children. And then there was my friend Amanda. And for a long time, like, none of us could kind of figure it out. Like, how is she younger than the other siblings? But it turned out, like, her parents got a divorce and were separated for 5 years, and he moved off to another state and had a baby with this lady. And the woman turned out to be like an alcoholic and stuff and just gave him the child. And so then, you know, she became adopted. He and his wife got remarried and adopted. You know, the wife adopted her. Like, the mother gave up rights. So it happens. I couldn't imagine getting divorced and then remarried. I don't think I could ever go through a divorce. I don't know. I just couldn't. And it's not because of any belief system. I don't know. I really love my husband a lot. It says my daughter is older than her aunt, but by a bit. Yeah, my parents had I think when my parents got married, there's such an age difference between, like, my uncle and my father. My father was the oldest, my uncle was the youngest. I think he was like, I want to say like 6 years old or something when my sister was born. That's always strange, you know. Life is strange, isn't it, guys? I mean, I'm glad I can see it. I wouldn't change it. You know, I'd rather be doing this than, you know, be addicted to my phone. Because really, like, if I'm not watching YouTube on my phone, it's basically in my purse or on a charger somewhere. Like, I'm not that into it. And then the internet, like, I don't watch the news or anything on it. I just use it as a library. Let's see. What am I tripping out again, Andrew? What the fuck? Andrew came in and was like, "What is this?" Yeah, this is what happens when you meditate all day, Andrew. Let's see. Is it tripping out again? I'm sorry, guys. Our brain's like, so many couples hate each other. Yeah, I mean, you go through phases, I think, in your marriage where you know, go back and forth. Yeah, Rain's got it recorded on a different stream. That one was weird because, like, Andrew, it looked like my face was turning. And things get pixelated, but your face doesn't twist. I think reality and fiction are merging, maybe. But yeah, today, Andrew, I meditated a lot. I have also fasted. I did a float session today. I've grounded like 4 times today. I've been trying to, like, connect with God. Hey ho, Silver. Hey, Linz. I know. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I've never. I mean, when I saw it, I was just like, "What the hell is this?" I don't know what it is. I mean, to me, it looks normal. I don't know. My wife totally thought I was gross. Are you really real? Yeah, I'm really real. You can come visit me. I'm in Mississippi, in the Bible Belt. Y'all, the dirty South. What am I wearing? Ooh. Oh, yeah, okay. I get it now. Hmm. It's kind of strange. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look at it because I don't see it. But like all my life, I've been able to see like the colors coming off of other people. I'll see it, just emanating from their bodies or whatever. That's a plug for my stream. Maybe so. All right. Looks like a road. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be interesting, I think. Yeah, maybe me and Rain are related and we're connecting. Who knows? Yeah, because Rain, we have the birth certificate in common, don't we? Maybe I'm your lost sister. It's possible. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to try to avoid talking about it. I think that's what got my channel hacked. They don't like it when I say that stuff. They get angry, I think, because they can't do anything to me, really. Dogs are just like running around like crazy. Yeah, but I made a lot of connections with the creator today. I mean, I just felt that like white hot energy, going through my feet, through the top of my head. It was just, you know, it was amazing. And I've also completely eliminated like animal products from my diet. That's a recent change. Yeah, it just depends. I don't know. Ain't no big deal. I'm not scared. I got Jesus on my side. They can't do anything to me. I've also noticed, I don't know if this happens to y'all though, but like, if I'm done wrong at a job, and I quit, usually the business goes under or they have issues. Right? See? It's just like something about it. Like if I'm mistreated somewhere, the moment I leave, like I'll hear, oh, it went out of business, or, yep, full armor of God every day. As soon as I get up and my feet hit the ground, I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for this day. Thank you, God, that I'm alive. Whew, just, especially after being in prison. I mean, just every day that I get to go outside. Is it happening again? Because I can feel the energy coming out of my body. It says, I find it hard to get references. They've all toppled after I left. See, Adam? There's something about that. I mean, I think that God is just. And I say that a lot. And a lot of times, if I speak that to someone, something happens. This is strange. Like my daughter, my oldest daughter, I found this boy. It was a coworker's son, and I thought, well, this is a godly boy. Like maybe him and Ashley would like each other. And Ashley, I told her about him, and then she was just like, "Hey, Korrie, Jade, this is like, sorry, and like it's a, I think it's like a bunch of energy coming out of me. I'm sorry. I know it's hard to watch, but my she, I know it's so weird. But so I said, well, maybe we'll set them up. And Ashley said, Mama, she said, I've prayed for God to bring me my husband. I don't want to date. She said, and if this boy is not right for me, she said, then I've prayed that God will step in and prevent us from meeting. The next day, the boy got into a wreck, lost his truck. I mean, his truck flipped. So. He works in our lives if we ask him to. I mean, he's just and he's going to make sure that that nobody mistreats us. And then also, he's going to give you what you want. If you ask for it, you're going to get it. And also, if two or more come together in his name and pray for something, it happens. And that's real manifestation. People want to say, oh, well, I'm my own creator and I'm manifesting. If you have the power of God, if you're really trying to connect to him, that's how it happened. He's doing it for you. I think. That's just my opinion. Well, it's just something that I know in my life. Yeah, Rain's recording. Somebody needs to show this to MA and just ask him, like, has he seen this before? Does he know what it is? I know it's very strange. I've just never seen it. I don't, and to me, it looks fine. I don't know. I mean, I'm just recording on an average smartphone. Ain't nothing special. Does anybody know who's on next? Do we? I don't know if anybody is. I think it's supposed to be Mink, but is he still sick? I've been trying to send out. That's why I was sending out all the love energy today because I'm really trying to. I'm hoping he gets better. Does anybody know what hospital he's at? I wonder if his family's there. I don't know. Maybe we could send like some catering or something there for his family. That's terrible. It's hard when you're in the hospital because your family has to be there for you, and the thank you, White Rabbit. Let's see. What's the FPS? Oh, the live streams. Frequency something. I don't know what that means. Oh, his wife posts updates. If y'all can find out like where he is, then try to send me the location. Oh, frames per second. Maybe it could just be an issue. I don't know. It's on his Facebook. I'll look. Maybe there's like a local Panera. I could send him like, I don't know, a catering box or something. That's terrible when you're in the hospital because you have to stay there with him because nobody will take care of him. Well, I mean, but that's another thing though. This is a new smartphone. I mean, I've only had it like probably like 5 or 6 months, so it's new. It's got the latest stuff. I wish I would have watched this instead of doing acid when I was young. Oh Lord. That's the thing, I'm not really turning my head, it's just doing that. It's like a continuous turn. It's creeping you out. I'm sorry, Korrie. I hope you don't stop talking to me now. Yeah, the first time I saw it was like my head was twisting around in a circle. It was really weird, but I mean, I was staying stationary pretty much. There's no sound, but y'all can hear me. I mean, of course. Yeah, it's really because I'm just sitting here still, really. I mean, sometimes I take a sip of my aloe water, but that's about it. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if this is just like a phone error or no. What, really? It's aloe glow. It's good stuff. It's organic. I know it was really strange when I saw it. But I mean, like I was saying, I've transitioned into veganism. I haven't had animal products in a long time, in like at least a couple weeks. This one, let's see. got water. This one has stevia. Yeah, it's got organic stevia. Well, it's got water, organic aloe vera, stevia, and that's it. Well, this one, let's see. It's only 10 calories for the whole bottle, and it's only got like 4 grams of carbohydrate. That's not too bad. Yeah, I'm real careful. I don't eat any refined sugar. I do intake like I'll have like coconut sugar, but no, stevia is a plant, and they extract like a sweet substance from it. It doesn't like negatively like affect your blood sugar. It's actually, it's not acidic. It's actually alkaline, and that's another thing. Like I only drink alkaline water. Um, I mean, my water goes through a whole house filter, an ionizer that makes it alkaline. Then it goes through a crystal filter. It's got like crystals. I put good intention into the water, and then it goes through a tornado tube, like a tornado pipe in it. My face looked like a wolf. Oh well, that's not good, is it? But it goes through a tornado tube. Let's see. A pretty wolf. Oh, thank you. Oh Lord, it was a dark wolf. Oh, because of dark wolf. Okay. We were talking about that Bible change today. My husband and I, the lion and the lamb thing, and he said, think about it, Martha. He said, maybe that's a correction. He said, because, you know, a lion and a lamb, those aren't things that are naturally together. Now, a wolf and a lamb are. I mean, you always associate, like, sheep herders trying to keep wolves away from their flock. I'm going to charge admission. But, you know, they don't even live in the same region. And I said, well, I thought it was a reference to Jesus Christ, like how he was, the lamb. He's the sacrificial lamb for us all. And then he was also the lion of the tribe of Judea or whatever. And he was like, no, he was like, it's talking, he said that verse is talking about, how everything is going to come into peace and alignment. So, I mean, I don't know, but it's very disturbing to see that animals are eating each other. Yeah, I mean, it could be a correction. I don't know. Because really, a lot of these companies that you see logo changes with, like something I found out, I used to work for Procter and Gamble, and, you know, Kraft and companies like that, I don't know. I don't know if a wolf is a reference to the devil. Maybe. I mean, he was trying to tell me what he was saying, my husband. He was just like, I think, like, wolves eat lambs. He said, so one day they'll lay down together, they'll dwell together in peace and harmony. But there's also a reference to a lion and a lamb in Revelation, but that is about Jesus, you know. I think it's a reference to Jesus, if I understood that correctly. But yeah, because I mean, lions and lambs don't exist even on the same continent, you know. I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, I didn't go to seminary, that's for sure. Yeah, that's true. Like that, and they have that saying, like a wolf in sheep's clothing. I don't know. Is it still tripping out or is it okay now? I'm trying to see if I can maybe stop it. I'm trying to calm down my insides. I wonder if it's still tripping out. I'm sorry. Yeah, see, I thought that too. That's why I got my cousin to come over and see what happened. You're a wolf fanatic. Yeah, I thought maybe my husband, because one time I had a MySpace account and a guy from high school contacted me and told me how beautiful I was and things like that. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Isaiah 11:6, and it's just crazy that it's gone. But no, some guy from high school or whatever tried to contact me, and my husband saw it, and he like hijacked my MySpace and changed the password on it, and like took it down. And so that's what I thought happened too. I didn't know what it was, so my cousin's a computer programmer, and I got him to come, you know, see what happened. And he brought over his stuff and like hooked in. The old movie about Jesus, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean it was in there. I know it was. I was taught that as a kid. I mean the thing about it is the entire phrase changed. I mean, because it used to have something about like a child will, dance like at the hole of the asp, which is like a snake. And I don't even know if it says that anymore. And then it says something about now it says something about a little boy will lead them, and I don't believe that was there before. Yeah, and a little child shall lead them something. I don't know that, but that whole I know that that's all changed. The supernatural Bible changes are the ones that I just at like ASP. It's like some kind of like poisonous snake, I think. Yeah, asp. You got to remember, my parents are from Mississippi, and that's where I live. And then also, I was raised in New Orleans, so I have a really odd accent. I've got like a mix of like a Southern drawl and a New Orleans yat. It's not good. Mad though. Maybe I am mad. Who knows? That's what my whole family thinks. But I think it's insanity um, to just accept what's told to you. Just to cling to something and not look at it for yourself. We all are. Maybe we're the sane ones and everybody else is mad. The world is mad. It's possible. That's what I think. But they also say, that people who are truly crazy don't believe they are. So who knows? Abby. She's being silly. I mean, I think that's probably what it is. Adam said he popped the sample on Facebook. Let me look at it. Oh my God, it's gonna be strange. I always hate looking at myself. It's so weird. Let's see if I can look. What my husband calls Facebook the Book of Evil Faces. Let's see. Trying to get into the page. Oh my God, that is weird looking. What is that? Dude, my face just twists and stuff. That's really insane. Oh my God, that's really crazy, y'all. I mean, have you ever seen it? I mean, is that normal, like, pixelation? I mean, have you ever seen anything like that before? Oh my God. Oh my God, that's so weird. Dude, that is insane. You have seen it before, Darkbolt? Do you think it's a problem with my phone, or it's not normal pixelation? Dude, that's really strange. That's kind of freaking me out. Hmm. That's really crazy. It says want to see want to see it without regular image. What does that mean? That's really crazy. I don't know, y'all. I think it's probably my phone. I don't know. So it could have to do with the wavering. What is that? Is that like computer stuff? It's possible. I was supposed to be a politician. They had it all set up. So, but I left. I'm typing on a phone. Interference. I don't know. Is it doing it again? Oh my God. Dude, I'm gonna go. Let me see. I don't know. My dogs are in. They weren't in here. It's the doggies. They're barking at something in the den. So. Oh, Lord. Patrick said I look like a big lizard. I am bloodline, guys, so I don't know. Maybe. I hope I'm not a shapeshifter. Oh, Lord. I don't know, this is very strange. Not the best with comments. Oh, good God. But yeah, I'm sure like it'll go viral and people like, look, it's a lizard person. It was on the side of me. Oh, Lord. My husband does say that he sees demons trying to come in. I'm not worried about it. They can't interact with me really. But he'll say they fuck with him all the time, and he'll be like, Martha, he'll like be all paralyzed. He's like, it's in here. And I just get up and I'm like, you're not allowed in here, you know. In the name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke you. You know, you're not allowed to come into this house. You're not allowed to interact with us. You're not welcome here, in case you didn't know. And that usually stops. So, I don't know. Let me see. I was going to try to go to my YouTube on my computer and just see if I can see it. It looks normal to me. Let's see. Did my family make any deals? What do you mean? I mean, they're big. They were big time landowners. Let's see. Huh. That's strange. Now it's okay. I did just do. I did just like rebuke demons in the name of Jesus, didn't I? So maybe this is their attempt to interact with me. Who knows? But my husband sees them coming in, and he'll wake me up, and he'll be like, you know, they've got to go. And so I'll just tell him, yeah, you can't be here. Oh, there it goes. Ooh, that's creepy looking. Oh my God. That is so strange. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sitting here watching it. That is really bizarre. Yeah, if anybody knows like computer tech people and if they know what this problem is, oh my God. That is so strange. Jesus. Oh my God, that is so weird, y'all. Because I'm sitting here watching it, and that's just really fucking crazy. I don't know. It's just weird. I'm afraid to do anything. Strange. I don't know. Yeah. Because my husband even used to say that he was, you know, abducted by aliens. And then he started living with me because he said that they couldn't interact with him if I was around. And then one time he got abducted. I went to visit my mom, or I was out of the house somehow, and he said when he was on the table, the drugs wore off, and he saw like a socket on the wall, and he realized he wasn't in a spaceship. Yeah. That's strange. He saw a socket like a plug where you plug electronics into it. You know, like a regular wall socket. Yeah, socket plug. No, they don't. They don't come at all now. Why? I mean, maybe people should see it. I don't know. There it goes. Oh my God. That is so odd. That is so strange, guys. I don't know what the fuck. It's got to be my phone, right? Whoa. Hmm. I know, I'm not even moving. Yeah, it's kind of cool looking. Oh my God, that's so strange. I don't know, y'all. This is weird. It's like your camera is moving. I don't know. I mean, I'm holding it still. That is so fucking bizarre. See, that's the thing. I take fucking videos with this phone all the time and it's fine. I just don't get it. Ooh. It's gotta be the phone. I don't know. Hmm. It's all your fault, Rain. No, I'm just joking. I don't know. We're gonna take a look at this later. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to look at meet Raymond. You gotta get together and look at our family lineages and just see if we're related. Mm-mm. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna stop the stream and get to bed. I gotta be to work at 8 a.m. Hmm. All right, guys. I love y'all, and I'll be thinking about you. Good night, y'all. Bye.